Federal prosecutors in Mississippi filed an emergency motion today to keep convicted child sex offender Lindsey Whiteside in prison until her December trial starts. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson live in studio with new details about the crimes Whiteside is accused of committing with her teenage victim. And we do want to warn you, some of this is graphic. Joyce.
Lindsey Whiteside has been in custody since October 22nd, indicted on federal charges picked up by U.S. Marshals and DeSoto County Sheriff's deputies. Now, at a detention hearing yesterday, the magistrate judge granted her release on $60,000 bond. But the judge stayed that order for 24 hours pending the government's appeal. Prosecutors asked for that stay because they call Whiteside a predator and a groomer who is, quote, a danger to the community.
Former youth pastor and assistant basketball coach Lindsey Whiteside, convicted of sexual battery of a child in DeSoto County Court October 13th, now faces federal charges. 2 counts of transportation of a minor across state lines for illicit sexual purposes, and 1 count enticement of a child. This emergency motion, filed by federal prosecutors Wednesday morning, seeking to keep Whiteside in prison until her December 8th trial, says the charges stem from 2 church-related trips to Tennessee and Atlanta in the summer of 2024. The minor told investigators on each of those trips, as well as several times a week during their association, there was vaginal and oral penetration by Whiteside, and decisions were made by Whiteside to isolate the minor from the church group and her family in order to perform the sexual conduct on those trips. Whiteside's attorney, Tony Farese, calls the federal prosecution retaliatory because Whiteside was sentenced to house arrest with an ankle monitor instead of jail for the state conviction. She also had to register as a sex offender and now has to find a new place to live because her mother's house is too close to a school. The federal magistrate who granted Whiteside's release on $60,000 bail at Tuesday's detention hearing also stipulated home incarceration, GPS ankle monitoring, and no use of pornographic material. The emergency petition to halt her release says these conditions won't protect the public. Whiteside, it says, excelled in grooming and manipulating others to commit heinous acts against a child. She is, says prosecutors, a danger to the community by clear and convincing evidence.
So should the prosecution's appeal get denied and Whiteside released until her trial, she's been ordered not to have any contact with her victim or the young lady's family. No time frame on when the appeal will be decided. Live in studio tonight, Joyce Peterson, Action News 5.